battle's not over, telling the outlet, "As far as I'm concerned, it's still game on." Ringo Starr is the latest musician to cancel an upcoming concert in North Carolina to protest the state's controversial transgender law. The former Beatle drummer, following Bruce Springsteen's cancellation last week, told fans in a statement, "I'm sorry to disappoint my fans in the area, but we need to take a stand against this hatred, spread peace and love." Starr says the law is bigotry. He says how sad that lawmakers feel this group of people cannot be defended. Known as HB2, the law prevents transgender people from using public restrooms of the gender they identify with, and instead must use restrooms of the gender they were born. Also, municipal governments cannot counteract with the law with anti-discrimination laws. Starr ended his statement with titles of two classic rock songs, Canned Heat's Let's Work Together and the Beatles' All You Need Is Love. Springsteen canceled an April 10th show in Greensboro, telling fans, "To my mind, it's an attempt by people who cannot stand the progress our country has made in recognizing the human rights of all of our citizens to overturn that progress." Diana Ross is doing fine after a limo crash Wednesday in Pennsylvania. The 72-year-old singer was riding in a limo in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania when the vehicle collided with another car just before 5 p.m., Bethlehem Police Chief Mark DeLucio told the Morning Call. One of the vehicles was damaged enough to require towing, but Ross and her limo driver were unhurt. The person driving the other car suffered minor injuries, DeLucio said. Ross went on to perform a schedule at the Sands Bethlehem Event Center that evening. The singer resumed her In the Name of Love tour in March and performed Thursday in Providence, Rhode Island. Ross initially kicked off the tour in São Paulo, Brazil in June 2013 and continued the venture in years since. The set list includes such hits as I'm Coming Out, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, and I Will Survive. The Grammy Lifetime Award Achievement Award winner last released Diana Ross sings songs from The Wiz in November. She intended to release the album after starring in the 1978 movie The Wiz, but the record was canceled. Taylor Swift discussed her highly publicized relationship with boyfriend Calvin Harris in the latest issue of Vogue magazine. The pop star, who graced the cover of Vogue's May issue sporting a new look complete with wavy platinum hair, shared her thoughts on her career and how she plans on spending more time with Harris following her jam-packed 2015. Swift said of how she is approaching their relationship, "I'm just taking things as they come. I'm in a magical relationship right now, and of course I want it to be ours and low-key. This is the one thing that's been mine about my personal life." Vogue posted on Twitter Thursday, "Who's that girl at Taylor Swift 13 takes on a new look on our May cover," alongside the cover, which is not only highlights Swift's new look, but her new mindset on not letting detractors keep her from living life the way she wants to. Swift said to the publication, I went out on a normal amount of dates in my early 20s, and I got absolutely slaughtered for it. And it took a lot of hard work in altering my decision-making. I didn't date for 2.5 years. Should I have had to do that? No." Swift is also ready to stop talking about award speech interruption in 2009 and for claiming he made her famous on his latest album, The Life of Pablo. Swift famously replied to West and his antics during the 2016 Grammy Awards. Swift said, "I think the world is so bored with the saga. I don't want to add anything to it because then there's just more." Swift and Harris last made headlines in March when she shared a group of romantic vacation photos during their trip together to an island getaway. Rihanna has landed a lucrative deal for her own makeup line, Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. The 28-year-old singer will team up with LVMH division Kendo on the collection, which is expected to launch in fall 2017. LVMH reportedly paid up to $10 million to sign Rihanna for the project. Kendo CEO David Sunino told Women's Wear Daily, "Fenty Beauty by Rihanna is a beauty rocket ship that will appeal to a huge and diverse global audience. We are aiming for the stars." Kendo is home to the Kat Von D and Marc Jacobs beauty makeup lines in addition to Bite, Ole Henriksen, and Formula X. Rihanna previously collaborated with MAC Cosmetics and has released several fragrances with Parlo Limited. Brand development Diane Espino said of Rihanna's success, "What she produces has the authenticity of a fashion icon and an entertainment trendsetter." Rihanna will reportedly have, quote, "the opportunity to play a key role in the development of her makeup line." The singer did reference plans for the collection while discussing her fragrance, Riri Refinery 29, in August. She said, "It's something that I've always wanted to do, but I've always had so much on my hands. But this time I'm going to make sure it happens. I'm going to find some time between albums and fragrance to do that. I promise." Rihanna debuted her Fenty X Rihanna line for Puma at New York's Fashion Week in February and will release a denim shoe collection with Manolo Blahnik in May. The singer released her 8th studio album, Anti, in January, which peaked at #1 on the Billboard 200 albums charts. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1990, the beautiful, enigmatic Swedish film star Greta Garbo dies at the age of 84 in New York City. Born Greta Gustafsson, Garbo grew up in poverty in Stockholm, working in a barbershop and later in a department store to help support her family after her father died. From 1922 to 1924, Garbo studied on scholarship at the Stockholm Royal Dramatic Theatre's acting school. She was discovered by director Marit Stiller, who cast her in his epic film The Legend of Gösta Berling, and gave her the stage name Garbo. When Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer offered Stiller a film contract, he took Garbo with him to Hollywood. She made her American film debut in 1926 as The Torrent and quickly became a sensation. By the end of the 1920s, Garbo was playing the leading lady on and off screen opposite John Gilbert, the preeminent silent film actor of the day, in Flesh and the Devil and Love, among other films. Garbo made her sound debut in 1930's Anna Christie. The film's tagline was Garbo Talks. Her husky voice and thick accent only increased her exotic, mysterious appeal, and Garbo would reign supreme among Hollywood A-list actresses throughout the 1930s. She stood out in a star-studded cast in Grand Hotel in 1932, the film in which she famously declared, "I want to be alone," as well as in a reunion with Gilbert, whose career in the era of sound did not fare so well, in Queen Christina in 1933. Two later performances in Anna Karenina in 1935 and Camille in 1936 both won her Best Actress honors from the New York Film Critics. Garbo's first comedy, marketed as Garbo Laughs, was the accomplished Nikisha in 1939, directed by Ernest Lubitsch. The coming of World War II cut off the European market, where Garbo's films had always been more popular than in the United States, and when MGM refused to meet her salary demands, Garbo announced her retirement. Though she intended to return to work in Hollywood after the war ended, the planned projects never came to fruition. Despite 3 nominations, Garbo never won an Academy Award for Best Actress. She was given an honorary Oscar in 1955, however, for what the Academy called a series of luminous and unforgettable performances. Known as the Swedish Sphinx for her unreadable image on screen and her legendary aloofness, Garbo did no interviews after the early years of her career and declined to participate in the autograph signing, public appearance, and other trappings of the movie star life. She was never known to have been married, but her love affairs with Gilbert and others inspired endless speculations. Having become an American citizen in 1951, she spent much of her post-New York life living in New York, though she traveled frequently to Europe. And that's your entertainment report for Friday, April 15th, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a great weekend. Good night, and God bless you all.